Most people think poor sleep is just part of growing older. They shrug it off, say things like, "That's just how it is after 65. But what if I told you that some of the most frustrating parts of aging, restless sleep, early waking, mental fog, low energy, are not inevitable? And more importantly, what if the solution isn't another pill?" I know it might sound too simple, but let me take you inside the story of Eleanor, a 74-year-old retired nurse from Missouri, who taught me one of the most powerful life lessons I've ever heard about: sleep, health, and paying attention to what your body whispers before it screams. Eleanor had been living alone since her husband passed 5 years ago. She wasn't frail, not at all. She still volunteered twice a week at the local library, walked every morning around her block, and could recite poetry from memory that would put younger folks to shame. But something had shifted. It began quietly, waking up at 2 a.m. with her mind buzzing. Her memory wasn't failing, but she said it felt like her thoughts were moving through molasses. Her doctor said it was normal, just part of aging. But Eleanor didn't accept that. You see, she believed in what we call elderly wisdom. That voice in your gut that says when something's not right, it's time to look deeper. And thankfully she did. She started researching on her own, attending wellness talks at her community center, asking better questions. That's when she heard about kiwi. Now I know kiwi doesn't sound revelationary. It's small, fuzzy, a little tart. Not the first thing you'd think of when it comes to healing. But what you probably don't know is that kiwi is one of the few fruits that has been directly studied for its impact on sleep, especially for seniors. A 2011 study published in the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults who ate 2 kiwis 1 hour before bed fell asleep 35% faster, slept 13% longer, and had a 42% improvement in sleep quality. Those are big numbers, especially when you're over 65 and every hour of deep sleep counts. But science is just part of the story. What truly matters is what happened to Eleanor. She decided to try it. Every night around 8:30, she'd slice 2 ripe kiwis, sit by her window with a cup of warm chamomile tea, and eat slowly. No distractions, no TV. Just her fruit, and a little classical music in the background. It became a ritual. Her dreams came back, vivid, beautiful dreams she hadn't experienced in years. Her energy during the day improved, her memory sharpened, and when she told her doctor about the change, he was stunned. Her blood pressure had leveled out. Her mood had improved. Even her cholesterol had dipped slightly. That's when I realized food is not just fuel. For seniors, food is medicine, and sometimes the most powerful medicine is hiding in plain sight. Kiwi contains high levels of serotonin precursors, particularly tryptophan, which help regulate sleep cycles, but it's also packed with vitamin C, vitamin K, potassium, and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are vital for brain health and immune support. And when we talk about senior health, this kind of natural support is exactly what we need. You see, after 60, your body changes. Your melatonin production drops, your digestive system slows, your brain needs more support than ever. And while many turn to sleeping pills, those come with side effects: dizziness, confusion, even increased risk of falls. But kiwi, it gently supports your natural rhythm. No foggy mornings, no drug hangovers, just real rest. What's more, kiwi supports your heart. It's been shown to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, 2 major contributors to age cardiovascular issues. That's why here at Elderly Reflections, we believe in sharing stories like Eleanor's. Not because they're dramatic, but because they're real. They're lived, they reflect the kind of wisdom we too often overlook in a world obsessed with shortcuts. Eleanor's story reminds us that the path to better health isn't always loud or expensive. It's consistent, it's intentional, it's motivated by self-respect. And that's the kind of motivation I want to pass on to you. So tonight, instead of reaching for that cookie or leftover toast before bed, I want you to think about Eleanor. Think about her quiet strength, her willingness to try something new, her belief that she still deserves deep rest and peace of mind, even in her 70s. Maybe tonight is the night you do the same. Buy a couple kiwis, peel them, slice them, eat them slowly an hour before sleep. Don't just make it a snack, make it a promise to yourself. And let that be your beginning. Now we've only just opened the loop. Because while kiwi helps fall asleep and improve serotonin, there's another food, one you probably eat already, that helps your brain stay sharp and repair itself while you sleep. It might even help prevent cognitive decline if you're consistent. I'll tell you exactly what that food is very soon. But before we go, I want to ask you something. Not just as a storyteller, but as someone who believes in the life lessons from the elderly. What do you eat before bed? Is it helping your body rest or making things harder without you even realizing it? Leave me a comment below and tell me, where are you watching from? Europe? America? Somewhere else? Your story matters. And if you care about your sleep, your mind, and your heart as much as Eleanor does, do me one favor. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the bell, because here on Elderly Reflections, we honor senior health, elderly wisdom, inspiration, and the kind of quiet choices that help you feel strong. Not just survive. Stay with us. We're just getting started. Let's pick up where we left off. You remember Eleanor and her quiet discovery? How a simple kiwi helped restore her sleep and her spirit? But what if I told you that falling asleep is only half the battle? Because for many seniors, even after they drift off, the brain keeps working, thoughts loop, dreams blur, and in the morning they wake up groggy, forgetful, or worse, connected from themselves. That's why we're not stopping with kiwi. Because Eleanor's story, while powerful, is only the beginning. Now we're stepping deeper into the foods that don't just help you sleep, but help your brain repair, your heart rest, and your entire nervous system reset. And the best part? You might already have these in your fridge. Let me introduce you to someone else. Harold, 78, widower, lived in a quiet town in Vermont, where the winters were long and the memories lingered. After losing his wife, Harold's sleep became fragmented. Not just emotionally, but physically. He would wake up drenched in sweat, heart racing, unsure of the time or even where he was. He tried chamomile, tried prescription meds, even tried those sleep podcasts everyone talks about. Nothing worked. Until one night, his daughter brought over a small bowl of something familiar, Greek yogurt. Now you might be thinking, wait, isn't that a breakfast food? And yes, that's what Harold said too. But what he didn't know, and what most seniors don't know, is that Greek yogurt at night isn't about breakfast. It's about brain repair. You see, Greek yogurt is rich in casein protein, a slow digesting protein that feeds your muscles and brain over the course of the night. It also contains calcium, which your body uses to produce melatonin, the very hormone that regulates your sleep cycles. But here's where it gets interesting. New research from the Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry shows that seniors who consume moderate casein protein before bed report fewer nighttime awakenings and better memory performance the next day. Why? Because while you sleep, your brain runs a process called lymphatic clearance. Basically, it's like a deep cleanse for your brain. And proteins like casein give your brain the fuel it needs to complete that cycle. So Harold tried it. Nothing fancy. Half a cup of Greek yogurt, plain, sometimes with a drizzle of honey. Within 2 weeks, he wasn't just sleeping longer. He was waking up clear. He could finish crossword puzzles again. Remember his appointments without sticky notes? He even started journaling, which he hadn't done in years. His words, "I feel like someone turned the lights back on." That's not just sleep, that's transformation. That's the quiet power, elderly wisdom, making small, strategic changes with big consequences. But let's go further, because while Greek yogurt feeds your brain during sleep, there's another food that sets the stage for rest long before your head even hits the pillow. And it comes in a little glass. A drink, warm, golden, ancient. I'm talking about turmeric milk, sometimes called golden milk. Now don't scroll away. This isn't some trend from the internet. This is science. This is history. For centuries, turmeric has been used in Ayurvedic medicine as an anti-inflammatory, brain-protecting remedy. The key compound? Curcumin, one of the most powerful antioxidants we know of. But here's where it gets fascinating. When curcumin is combined with the fats in milk and a dash of black pepper, its absorption increases dramatically. That means instead of just floating through your system, it actually reaches your brain, your heart, and your nervous system. A 2018 study in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry followed older adults who consumed curcumin regularly. The results? Improved memory, better attention, and reduced buildup of beta-amyloid plaques, the very proteins linked to Alzheimer's. Let that sink in. I want to tell you about Joyce. She's 81, lives alone in Devon, England. She told me, my mind used to feel like fog around 8 p.m. Her joints would ache, her memory would slip, and sleep became something she feared. But then her granddaughter suggested turmeric milk. Half a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, warmed into a cup of almond milk with a touch of honey. Joyce was skeptical but curious, and that curiosity changed everything. Within 3 weeks, she said, her body felt calmer, her mind quieter. She didn't just fall asleep, she sank into sleep. And when she woke, she wasn't groggy. She said, "I feel like myself again." That, my friend, is not placebo. That's motivation meeting biology. So now you've got three powerful tools: kiwi to help you fall asleep, Greek yogurt to help your brain repair, and turmeric milk to fight inflammation and anchor your memory. That's not a fad, that's a routine, a ritual, a message to your body that says, I still care, I'm still fighting for you. And here on Elderly Reflections, we believe that ritual matters. We believe in inspiration, in senior health, in small acts of care that create big shifts in the quality of life. So what does this mean for you? It means tonight you don't need to change your whole life. You don't need to throw out your pantry. Just pick one of these. Try it. A bowl of yogurt, a warm cup of turmeric milk, 2 kiwis. Start with one change, one small promise to yourself. And do it not because someone told you to, but because you believe your health is worth protecting. Now, before we wrap up, I want you to remember something. The quiet part of the evening, the time between brushing your teeth and turning off the light, that's sacred. That's when your body gets ready to heal. And you get to decide how that story ends each night. We're not done yet. Up next, I'll show you how to build a nightly rhythm with these foods, when to eat them, how much, and what to avoid that might be sabotaging your sleep without you even knowing it. You'll meet a man named George, 82, retired dentist, who thought his forgetfulness was just aging, until he made one change and his entire sleep life transformed. We'll get to that in a moment, but right now I want to hear from you. Are you ready to try one of these tonight? Are you in the US, the UK, Canada, somewhere else? Leave a comment below. I want to know where you're watching from. Let's build this community together. And if this speaks to you, if it reminds you of someone you love, click like, subscribe, and turn on that bell. This isn't just about food. This is about elderly wisdom, about life lessons from the elderly, about honoring the years you've lived and protecting the nights you still have ahead. Stay with me. We'll tie it all together soon. There's something sacred about the quiet before sleep. That moment when the world slows down, the house falls silent, and it's just you, your breath, and whatever thoughts you've carried into the night. And for seniors, that silence can either be healing or heavy. But here's the truth I've learned after hundreds of conversations, dozens of interviews, and years of listening to real people over 65 across Europe and North America. The way you end your day matters more than you think, because in that stillness, your body either begins to heal or begins to hurt. And tonight, we're going to close the loop. We've talked about kiwi, Greek yogurt, turmeric milk. We've opened doors to new habits and ancient wisdom. Now let me show you how to bring it all together. Not just for better sleep, but for a better life. I want to introduce you to someone I'll never forget. His name was George, 82 years old, a retired dentist from Vermont, the kind of man who had a quote ready for every situation and a riddle for every child in the neighborhood. But after his wife passed, George began to change. His mind wandered, his appetite faded. He started skipping dinner or just grabbing crackers. He told himself it didn't matter. At my age, why bother? But then came the dizziness, the forgetfulness. One morning, he couldn't remember if he'd taken his medication or if he'd even had breakfast. That's when his daughter stepped in and said, "Dad, we need to take back your nights." And together they did. They built something simple, a night tray. Every evening at 8:30, George would prepare a few small items: a handful of walnuts, a small bowl of Greek yogurt with blueberries, and a cup of warm turmeric milk. Nothing fancy, no pressure, just a routine. A ritual. He turned off the television, sat by a lamp, sometimes journaled, sometimes called a friend. And within a month, his daughter said something incredible. It's like the fog lifted. George stopped waking up disoriented. His memory improved, his doctor reduced 2 of his prescriptions, but most of all, he felt like himself again. That's what I want for you. Not perfection, not some strict diet, just intention. Because small actions, repeated with love, create enormous change. And now I want to show you how to create your own version of George's night tray. Think of this as a tool bloop, a gentle blueprint for better sleep and sharper days. It starts with timing. Your last small meal or snack should happen at least 1.5 to 2 hours before bed. Why? Because your body needs time to digest. If you eat too close to sleep, your system stays active. Blood flow goes to the stomach, not the brain. That's why you might toss and turn. So ideally, finish your snack between 7:30 and 8:30 p.m. Next, portions. Remember, you're not fueling activity, you're preparing for restoration. So keep it light, balanced, and smart. Here's a quick guide. Kiwi 1-2 fruits, peeled and sliced. Walnuts, 6 to 8 halves, about 1 tablespoon. Greek yogurt, half a cup, plain or with a drizzle of honey. Blueberries, a small handful, about 1/4 cup. Turmeric milk, 1 cup, warm with pepper and optional honey. Spinach salad, yes, even at night. 1 handful of baby leaves with olive oil or a few slices of avocado. Now, you don't have to eat all of these at once. Choose 2 or 3. Rotate them, listen to how your body responds. And just as important as what you add is what you avoid. Here's what quietly harms your sleep, especially after 65. Processed carbs, cookies, even light snacks spike your blood sugar, trigger insulin, and interrupt your rest. Sugary drinks, they raise cortisol and keep your heart rate elevated. Too much fluid late at night? That means more bathroom trips, more risk of falls. And here's a hard one, alcohol. A nightcap may feel relaxing, but it disrupts REM sleep and accelerates cognitive decline over time. So keep wine with dinner, not as a bedtime treat. Instead, build a ritual. Your body listens to consistency. Dim the lights, prepare your snacks slowly. Sit in your favorite chair, maybe a soft melody, maybe a prayer, maybe just silence. Let it be your way of saying, I am still here. I am still worthy of care. Because this is not about trends. This is about dignity, intention. The kind of strength that doesn't shout, but whispers again and again, I'm not giving up on myself. There's a woman I heard from last spring, Evelyn, 86, from Minnesota. She started this bedtime routine after watching one of our videos. A few kiwis, a walk before bed, some warm milk. Last week, she wrote me, for the first time in a decade, she said, I'm sleeping with peace. And I remember my dreams again. That's not luck. That's nourishment, and nourishment gives us independence. Because when seniors sleep better, think clearer, and reduce inflammation, they move better, they fall less. They need fewer pills. They feel alive, not just awake. So now let me ask you, what did you give your heart today? What did you offer your brain to thrive? Did you feed your body healing, or did you starve it of restoration without even realizing? Because here's the quiet truth. Your nights are shaping your tomorrows. And how you close each day determines how you begin the next. You've stayed with me this far. That tells me something. You're not just looking for tips. You're looking for transformation. So I'm inviting you, truly inviting you, to take one small step tonight. Maybe it's a kiwi. Maybe a spoonful of yogurt. Maybe a simple spinach salad with a drizzle of olive oil. Whatever it is, let it be more than food. Let it be a message, a promise, a choice that says, I still believe in my future. And before we go, I want to hear your voice. In the comments, tell me, where are you watching from? What's one thing you're going to try tonight? What ritual do you want to build? This channel isn't just information. It's elderly reflections. It's motivation. It's inspiration. It's a place for stories that lift us up and remind us we still have chapters left to write. So like this video, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell, share it with someone you love, because life lessons from the elderly don't belong in books. They belong in the quiet choices we make every evening. Here's to your heart, here's to your brain, and here's to the small, beautiful choices that keep us young in all the ways that count.